So today we're going to be drawing the Northern Lights, and your learning coach can show you some videos on YouTube, or I will show you some photos before we start so you can see what they really look like in nature. But I wanted to show you how you can very easily take chalk pastels and turn them into a beautiful picture of the Northern Lights. So let's get started. I have some different colors of chalk pastels here, and we have a pencil and we have a little bit of washable paint, or you can use acrylic or gouache or whatever else you have. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're just going to take our dark purple, or any color you like, because the Northern Lights are all different colors, and I'm just gonna shade in just a bit of the edge here. Got a little chalk underneath. Here we go. Just giving us a little bit of a start. Then we're going to come in and we're going to add a little bit of a light purple, and we're going to blend all these so you can do some really just regular old shapes that you want, and I'll show you how to make them look like Northern Lights when we blend them. So we're just going to take this lighter purple and then a pink, and again, these are just the colors that I chose for today. You can use greens, or oranges are really pretty. Then we're going to take a light greenish blue, and I'm just going to go right up here in this beautiful spot. And then I'm going to take a darker kind of a teal, and I'm going to go on either side of this, and then we'll come back with a little pink here again. And so what I'm going to do is, while I have this shape here, I'm going to go ahead and draw in a bit of a snowy hillside. Okay, so I'm going to draw it in and go all the way down, and then here we're going to go all the way up. We have these two beautiful hills that we've drawn. So now we can blend in our purples. Now the cool thing about chalk pastels is they're very easy to blend. The bad thing is you're going to have purple fingers. So you have 5 fingers. I just do a different color per finger. So the thing about the Northern Lights is they actually have a little bit of an arc to them. So if you just move your finger with a semicircle, you're going to get these arcs. And we're going to have trees here in just a few minutes, so this does not need to be perfect. And we're just going to keep on arcing it back and forth to have these beautiful little spots. Okay, so now we need to make our trees. So we're going to have a few trees. With art, it's smart to do things in 3s. But since we have 2 sides of this, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a medium tree, a tall tree, and then a tall tree, a small tree, a medium tree. Okay, and I'm just going to take this brown. Again, you can use any color you want. I'm just going to add a couple branches to give our tree a little bit of depth. We're just going to keep on adding in these branches. There's no mistakes because everything's going to get blended up. And then we're going to come in with our dark green. Now this is the darkest green in my set of pastels, which you can see is very bright. You're really supposed to have a darker green, but I don't have one. So I'm just going to go straight up and down on my trees. And then we're going to go to each side, and we're just gonna fluff out these trees. Okay? Doesn't matter if you get it on the snowy hillside. It doesn't matter where you get it. We're just gonna fluff out these trees. Give our hillside some depth and texture. One fun thing about this project is that you can really make this the colors that you like. Instead of a hill, you can do a house, like a snowy house. You could do all kinds of really cool things. You could add in a moose or a deer. You could add in all kinds of things. Even when you're doing your stars at the end, you could sprinkle them with glitter. All right, we really want these to be nice, thick trees. All right, I think that looks pretty good. And you can just keep going until you feel like that looks right. Okay, so now we're going to take our white and we are going to snow up this hillside. So I'm just going to trace the pencil line I drew earlier to make our two hills. And on this side, I'm gonna go this way so that I can make it into a separate hill. And again, we're gonna blend this up so you can leave some spaces. And on this side, I'm actually going to, for time's sake, turn it on its side. And we're gonna use the whole pastel over here. The other nice thing about this project is that when you're touching pastels, you're gonna transfer all these colors all over each other. But since we've chosen a color family, and we've got greens and pinks and purples, if a different color gets touched, it's okay. And then now we're going to put some of reflections of these colors that we see here. So I'm just gonna do a little purple here, and I'll do a little purple here, little pink, and a little turquoise. And then we're gonna start sweeping. Now for this one, if you remember, I'm sweeping away because this is a separate hill, right? So now I'm gonna turn this on its side and we're just gonna sweep toward me. Sweep, sweep, sweep. And we're just blending up these colors and making this a separate hill. See, now you can tell it's two hills. I'm just gonna smush it all around, make it really beautiful. And we can cover up all of these spots here. And you could even go in if you want, and you can wash out a little bit of your tree. Maybe this tree's washed out, this one's closer. We can do this one, kind of just a, okay. And now I'm gonna take my white, just wipe off the color from before, and I'm just gonna add a little snow to my white, to my tree here. We're just gonna keep on adding to our tree. Just give it some depth and color. A little bit of snow here, just on the top third of our tree. Again, this is your picture. You can do it however you want. I do ask though, even though you can't get a grade for this because this is my project, this is our fun project for the week, I'd love to see your pictures. Last week I got some great pictures of some cool coffee filter projects and it was really fun to see. So one of the things you can use to make your stars is a toothpick, or you can just use your pencil. So I'm just gonna take a regular sharp pencil and I'm gonna dip it here into my lid of my paint. And see, I've got this little white on there now, and that's gonna be absolutely perfect for dabbing some pretty stars. And I'm just turning my pencil to get different shapes and sizes. Don't forget to go back here behind your trees because the stars are going to be shining back there too, and into your northern lights. And again, you could sprinkle this paint with glitter, or you can use glitter glue to make these stars. There's lots of cool things you can do, and you can even take your paint a little bit and you can just kind of pull the snow down, right? You can do anything you want because you are the artist. So anything you want to do is totally okay. And you can spend as much time on this as you want. You can add lots of little layers of snow here. And I'm just grabbing the snow here and pulling it. And if you have a brush handy, you can use your brush. And then I'm just gonna, this is washable paint, so I'm just gonna clean it off of my pencil here and wipe it on a, now this cloth is a washable cloth that I'm using, so don't use your parents' favorite cloth. But this is our beautiful night sky. Look at that, with the northern lights and the gorgeous pine trees. And then I'll show you a couple of other projects that I did to show you some other things you can do with your pastels. So I'll move this aside. Here's another one that my daughter did. And you can see it's really similar, but you can change the shapes and the colors of your northern lights. And here's another one where it's just a mountain with northern lights across the sky. And this one just has chalk pastels for the stars. And this one is really cool because you're gonna actually take a blue sheet and you're gonna put your northern lights on there, and then you're gonna cut a black sheet and just lay it right here on top. And then you can glue it. And you've got a little cabin in the woods with the northern lights. So that's our really cool project today, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see the creative pictures that you come up with. One thing to note about chalk pastels, I know you guys have used these before, but they can be very messy. So make sure you put some newspaper down, or like me, I'm using a clean countertop in my kitchen, and I can just immediately wipe it down because it is covered with chalk dust now. And that can stain depending on what kind of chalk pastels you have. But I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It was really fun for me to show you this cool project that you can do. And I can't wait to see what you guys send me. Thanks so much. Have a great week.